What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome. Everybody's doing good. We are gonna get some. Okay. Oh, hello, hello. What's happening? Good morning. Streaming a bit today. Streaming a bit about our coffee. Let's get this over here right now. What's up, everybody? We got some stuff today. I'm gonna throw my mic on, I think. Let me put my mic on here. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Oh, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. That was quick right off the bat. We'll take it. Hopefully I'll be able to switch over to this. Sometimes it doesn't like to, but we'll see what we can do. Man, the day is good. Hopefully, can you guys hear me okay? I just threw this mic on. Let me know if you can hear me. What's up, Cassie? What's up? We are bagging coffee today. Yeah, let me guys know if you can hear me okay. Should be good. I got a green light. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Thank you. Good stuff. So we are bagging coffee today. We're here at the local coffee shop. We're going to be doing, let me close this up here. And we're going to be bagging some coffee today. A few bags of our local blend that we have here. So let me grab a bag to show you. Okay, so this is what we're going to be setting up. This is our local, I sorry it's backwards, guys, but we're going to be setting up today is going to be these coffee bags of our local, our house blend that we also use for our espresso as well. So you guys get to kind of see the process here, what we do, just make good. So, yeah, it is, it's exciting times. Tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary with State and Main Coffee. So that's exciting. We got a whole little, little festivities. There's a link to the actual website for the coffee shop down in the description. State Main, you can go check it out. So it's in the description if you want to see that. We'll be selling coffee eventually, but not today, but soon. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are in, we're actually in Michigan. We are in Western Michigan, this part of Michigan. For those that know, that's the area that we are in. I think we're gonna do foreground. So with this, just working on our labels right now. So we label everything individually. These are all small batch for the coffee here with our roaster, which we'll get to. These are all small batch. This was actually roasted up a couple days ago. When was this? 12. So what is today? The 17th. So 5 days ago, this was roasted. Philippines. Oh, awesome. Good to have you on here. Good to have you on here. You guys just had we've been having a lot of earthquakes over in that area lately too. Hopefully it ends up being nothing for you guys. So the process that we have, just to show you like on our labels that we go through. So we have labels, right? They're going to go on the bag here. We actually hand write in and hand mark up all of our stuff as well. We are not big enough to where we can get all these things all pre-printed and have it everything. So, and we are now, so we hand do all these things, but it's fine. We do small batch across the board. So it's really important for us to make sure that we do keep that connection to our roaster as well as the process here as we work through it. So I have a few bags to go through, but you guys will kind of see the process here for those that have never actually seen this before. It's pretty straightforward. We've got our whole beans, and then we also have our ground as well too. They're gonna be working through. But yeah, like I was saying, link to the website for the coffee shop just to learn more. We don't have sales on there. We're not selling yet online, but you can go learn more. It's in the description. State and Main. We're coming up on a year. It's been a good, man, it's just been a good year. Been a good year. Love it. So 12 and then And this is our, like I said, right now we're going to be bagging up our signature blend, which is super delicious. It's my favorite coffee, not just because we sell it, it's because it literally is my favorite coffee. It's all of ours. We're pretty particular about it. But you can see on here, this is the actual building that we're in as well. Down here, this is where the coffee shop is. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I know. I've been seeing that on the news. It's been a bad year for you guys in the Philippines, just across the board. I used to live in Guam, so I got to know the Philippines pretty well and everything there. So yeah, it's just been a bad year for y'all. Yeah, heart goes out to you guys. But yeah, definitely a thing. So, along those same lines, we've got 5 different blends. We're only going to be bagging up a couple of them here today, but we got this one, which is our medium roast, and we have our dark roast, which is going to be our Big Lake steamer. We have a car ferry that goes back and forth across Lake Michigan here, and we have a dark blend that is which the car ferry inspired that blend, so that's why we have it here. So, and it's really good, really, really good. So we're gonna do 3 and 3. Medium ground. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible, so I have to focus so that what I write is semi-legible. I am not blessed. I didn't spend the time working on this skill when I was younger, as I should have. Paying for it now. Okay, so we've got 3. We're gonna do 3 and 3 between ground and whole. Leaves us with a couple spares here, which is fine. But I can just kind of show you the bags that we, the labels that we have, and this is what we have here. So again, this is our, I know it's backwards for y'all, but you can see here, this is our Crossroads blend. And then, again, that's theirs. Our next one that we have is our Harvest Market as well. My favorite one is going to be the Crossroads by hands down. So we have this one here as well. Market, again, Harvest Market Sunrise. You see here, it has a lot more fruit, like a fruit blend to it. Not my favorite, but it's not the style that I like. However, there's a lot of people that do, so that's why we have it. This is our decaf. You can see that there, right? Summer at the Lake House. Isn't that a pretty label? Get a little closer for y'all to see it there. Really, really impressed by these labels. They did a good job. Our friend did these up for us, and they're just so pretty. Let's see. So this is our decaf, and our decaf. I am 47. I just turned, my birthday was just a couple days ago. I am 47 years old. I'm an old guy. I'm a grandpa. Then this is our dark roast. This is that Big Lake steamer. We're gonna do up a few of these here, but that's our car ferry going across the lake there. Pretty cool. We like that a lot. So a lot of goodness there. And then we have another one which is called Tight Lines on the Pure Marquette. It's our light roast, and it is just so good. But the scenes are with fishing going on because we have a very popular river for fishing just down the way there. So we have a lot of that. So next thing up, we're going to be doing up our bags here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Then I just need a few of these. And again, this is the other spot too. If you want to learn more, we've got stuff here as well, just for the back. So we'll see what these all look like. But there's a whole process here just to kind of get it going. So I've got my sealer warming up over here. You're going to get to see us grind this going here. But first things first, we got to get the bags all labeled up. So we're going to do that. And that is just a simple process of label comes off. And I have an actual spot for all of these. We have now we have standard operating procedures. We actually have a full training on how to put that label on, just like that. We have a full training to make sure it's there. like with everything, and that's one thing when we talk with folks about ways to be successful in business and other aspects too. Coffee shops are no different. You need to have standard operating procedures so that everything is the same for all of your folks when they're doing stuff. That's just the way it's supposed to be. And so that's what we do. We focus on that, making sure things are repeatable. Because again, folks want to, especially when they're coming like coffee shop, they're looking for familiarity, right? They want to be familiar with, it should be the same experience every time. So that's what we want to do. That is where our focus is at. Make sure that these folks are getting the same experience every time. So, but yeah, it's plus, I mean, end of the day, it's coffee. And if you go to our website, State and Maine, or go to our Instagram, you just see today, I just put up pictures of our latest pastry we got out. It's a cream cheese Danish with lingonberry, which is a really delicious fruit topping that we put on top there. It's so pretty. So if you go to the Instagram page, you'll see that too. That was this morning's. I was excited when we did that one because one, whenever cream cheese comes back, I'm a happy guy. But two, it's just it's pretty and it's delicious. So we want to have that. So all right, so set. Oh yeah. I hope hopefully you get, I don't know how much you can hear in the background there, but we're getting everybody's kind of starting to wake up a little bit and they're showing up. It's always fun this time of day in the coffee shop because the first bit it's me and I'm one of the owners, and then Lisa, the other owner, where we're catching up in the mornings, and it is what it is. But then all of a sudden, everybody wakes up and they start coming in, and that's when it's exciting. That's when it's always fun in the coffee shop, but it's really fun when we got everybody coming in because we get to. I mean, come on, coffee. Oh, hey, no worries. Yeah, hey, Gatto, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's those are not my favorite videos to put out for reasons, obviously. For those everybody else who's watching doesn't know, I'm also a business coach. Like this is like one of my businesses that I have. I'm primarily a business coach. Helps people get their businesses ready to sell. And part of what I do is I have other videos specifically about the economy and where things are at. And it is rough out there. I don't think I need to tell any of you that. We are doing what we can to get through that right now. So yeah, to exactly what you're saying there. It is tough out there. Is that? I don't think I'm gonna. Oh, that one's just gonna be off a little bit. Man, messed up my own training there. I got another shadow and I went the other direction. So, anyways, I digress. We're gonna be bagging these up. It's gonna be good, and we're gonna be all set. We do it by hand here, though. Let's see if I can. I don't think I'm going to get this to reseal the right way. We'll see. Oh, I think we're all good. Cool. All right. Yeah, I was not really. That was not a fun video to do. Like I said, I have my clients too. They've been talking to me as well about some of the struggles they're having and they're seeing out there in business world right now, and it is obviously not good. But anyways, we're going to talk about that on another stream. We're talking coffee right now. So we're preparing. It's our anniversary tomorrow. So we have a whole thing. We got our friend Kronk. He's got his statue park stuff is going out. We got a whole thing here in Scottville. It's pretty cool. Gonna have a whole big old day full of just awesomeness and good positive vibes in the community. Super excited about that. But super excited about that. We got that ground hole and hole. Cool. But well, man, how many bags do I? Okay, I got plenty of bags here too. Cool. All right. But and you guys get a chance here to see real quick. So we got the fresh ground. We're going to be doing some ground, but we're going to do whole first, which is quicker, to say the least, to get that done. I have a meeting here in an hour, meeting with one of our local honey producers to go over basically a lot of her business and where it's at. I'm giving her some pro bono help with her business. Again, it's important that we have successful businesses in our area, so I do give out services to a lot of the smaller vendors around here just to make sure that they are doing everything they can in the right way to be successful. Wouldn't be any good if I didn't help out folks where I could, you know what I mean? So interview strategy on us. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, cold calling. So there's cold call. I'm telling you that what you're saying there again about having to fill those things out, that I'm the job market, the hiring process is completely broken. I think we all know that. It really is. And we're going to have to basically reinvent the entire way we do our job descriptions and our job ads and everything. It's just a hot mess right now, folks. And because the current way isn't working, it's broken. So we've got to fix it. All right, so there's that. Here's this. So we are up and running. Okay. So let's do some whole here. Let's do some whole. Actually, I'm going to refill my coffee real quick. You guys want to go get some coffee? Let's go get some coffee. I'm going to refill my coffee. That's how I operate. Look at that. Goodness. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's drop this here. This fun little walk. I know, a little adventure for us here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of move you guys here a bit. Because I'm in Lisa's way. She's trying to do stuff. Yes, ma'am. See, that's all I do is live in the way here, folks. You're very welcome. All right, so that's a great question on what do I want to hear from someone who's calling. Frankly, what I'd be looking for, anybody who's calling looking for work, it'd be like, honestly, the question really would just be like, hey, if you are looking for work, hey, are you hiring at the moment? Regardless of what the answer is, be like, would it be possible for me to send your resume so you have it available, and just leave it at that. Everyone's getting inundated right now with a lot of people trying to get hired, and honestly, the best thing is just I would lead with professional courtesy. You're saying, hey, I've got a skill set I think you could use. Leave it at that, and then don't press the issue, because again, folks are getting hit with job applications all over. People are pretty desperate for work right now. So the best known folks are, make sure your resume is tight. What I would do is with your resume too, is make sure that you are taking time to ensure it is specifically, you've edited it and updated it to make sure that it's in line with the company that you're actually applying to. Don't just have a standard resume you hand out. Always adjust it. Okay, so let's go through the process here of what we're doing. This next spot here, kind of do it like this, I think might be the right answer. It's always a difficult one here. So we have, again, our fresh roasted crossroad blends here. We'll take a look at this in a second. We have our ginormous scissors. We're just going to start off with our whole bean. Our whole bean. Everything's got a place, and this is the place where we put our big old scissors. Here you can see, you guys get to take a look at those fresh beans. Wish you guys could smell this right now. It's so good. Okay, then we just basically, what this is designed to either pour in for grind or to pour in for the bag, and you guys get to see this in real time. So we just get the scale up, which you guys may not be able to see here, and we're just going to tear it out and it's set for ounces, and each one of our bags is at 12 ounces. So we're just going to start there. And this is one of those enjoyable jobs around the coffee shop, because there isn't a lot of thinking involved. Today, making a little bit more different because I'm chatting with you all, which is cool though. Love that for you guys. There we go. We're gonna take this, and super important, make sure that we have one that says, oh yeah, okay, no problem. Hey, so I'll repeat that for you real quick. So got our medium, and it's a whole bean, and we're just gonna take And I saying this is the tool. See how it's got this little end on there? We're just gonna pop the bag right out the end there. And we just fill her up. Come on, there we go. It's as simple as that, folks. See, and then we're gonna come through and seal it here in a second. We're gonna get these there. All right, so got to what I was saying is, so every place that you apply to, right? You want to treat each business that you're applying to as its own like entity. You can have your base level resume, right? It's got your standard stuff that you did, but you want every resume when you submit it or send it to someone, it needs to be tailored to that particular business, right? What they would view as most important. You know, it really depends what you're doing. So you want to make sure you can adjust those things accordingly. So you should always, 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 when you're applying for work, treat them all separately. Now, what you want to, in again, if it's a place that doesn't necessarily have a job opening, you need to look at that company, that business, like, okay, go to their website, get their vision, get their mission, get their core values, learn about them, and adjust your resume to match without lying. We don't lie here. That's not what we do. But we want to adjust your resume to make sure it matches up with that company. So you call, if you want to do a cold call, that's fine. Cold call, hey, listen, I'm looking for work. I know you may, if you're not hiring, that's fine. I'd still like to be able to send you a copy of my resume so you have it on file in case something comes up. And just leave it at that. And let your resume, the fact that you called and you were professional and you extended professional courtesy, you didn't demand an interview, you didn't demand this. You're just like, yo, hey, I'm looking for work. Here's what I want. That's what you kind of want to do. And then just email it off to them and go leave it from there. Chances are good you won't get a call back. However, when you extend professional courtesy, you have a better chance of getting a call back because people will be curious. Because businesses, what they're looking for are always trying to get the right people on the bus, right? And that's the phrase from Good to Great, Jim Jordan, his book. So the goal is always, 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 let's get the right people on the bus. Then we can figure out where we're going. And that's of the things that are important. Sorry, I just got to get this number right. Okay. So just unscoop a few there, and we're just going to go through the same process we had before. But that's it. That's how it looks. So anyways, as we're bagging this up here again, you have no idea like how good this smells here. Like this stuff is like phenomenal. How good it smells. Fresh roast, and you're going to see the difference too on this here. So you can see how light the shade is in here. It's again, this is a medium roast. So you have some darker, it's a mix of darker and lighter roast, right? The way that they were managed. Right, different beans, different styles. And when we look at our, do I have any steamer here? I don't think I have any. I have steamer around. Maybe I don't. Oh, maybe we aren't doing steamer today. Doesn't look like we have any. Oh, okay. So that's the thing. So I guess we're just doing crossroads today. Okay. So anyways, you'll see that it's a much darker roast. When it's darker, obviously darker roast, but more of the sugars have been caramelized. So it has a different look to it. It's like, it would be, wet isn't the right way to say it, but it does have more of the oils and the sugars are on the outside of the actual beans. I may go grab some for you just to show you the difference. I think a lot of folks misinterpret what that actually means and what that's all about. Yeah, it's exciting times here. We've got all brand new paving going on outside our property. We've been dealing with massive road construction and detours around our shop and towards our shop for the better part of 4 months now. So it's been a whole thing. So we're just working our way through it. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more about stuff that we have going on here. Not necessarily about business, gardening, etc. So be sure to check that out. Hit that subscribe button. See, so we got here. So Yeah, so what I would tell you is that you want to make sure that when you are applying to a job, you want to apply for a specific job, and then make sure that you're open, and then make sure you tailor that resume for that specific job. I would definitely have that, and then somewhere on your resume you can also make sure you put in there saying, "Hey, open for other possibilities. This is where my skill set's at. However, I am open." And just leave it to that. There isn't much. I mean, I'm gonna be clear on this. There isn't much you can say because everyone is pretty desperate for work, and a lot of folks when they come into interviews, everyone says everything. Okay, the biggest things we hear is like, "Are you willing to work with us?" Like that's the bigger thing when it comes to companies that when we're looking to bring people on, we want to know like, hey, are you one of us? Are you on the team? Like, do you fit our culture? And a big part of that is, depending on the company, a lot of the cultures we're figuring it out as we're going along. So while we think we may have an idea for you, may not actually, we may have to the job you apply for may not be the one you land at. Okay. Hey, Kathleen, you're very welcome. What are you thanking me for? Just curious. Is that just for, you know, what are you thanking me for? Just curious. Was it just for the advice there? Because, but you're welcome, by the way, whatever it's for. I'm more than happy to help. So, all right. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna do this next spot here a little bit. Gonna seal these up. Where are we at? Right here. Okay. But yeah, that's it. Now, one of the things to keep in mind when you're getting your bags too. So this is a really important feature to make sure you have on your bags when you're looking to purchase. If you're not going to burn through a bunch of coffee, or if you may not, you want to give these out as gifts per se, like, if you want to, not ours per se, but if you want to buy any coffee, make sure that they always have this valve on here. And what this valve does is this coffee, right, this delicious coffee that we have in here, right there, is constantly off-gassing carbon dioxide. And what this is a one-way valve because it'll pressure up, right? So it's doesn't allow oxygen in, and it's going to push and make sure the pressure doesn't get too high and let the carbon dioxide out. Okay, so these valves are really important. It's how you keep your stuff fresh. Okay, so now let's bring you here, and we are just going to seal these guys up, right? Because inside of these they actually have glue, and we're just gonna seal them up. Man, is it getting loud? What do we got going on out there? My goodness, can you guys hear that? What is that? What are they sweeping right now? Holy. So we literally have like every single possible bit of construction. Let me just show you guys. Look at this stuff. Go for a quick walk. I'll flip the camera around here. What we got going on here? So we have all this construction that's been going on in our area. They just put down a new this, but look at that. We've got every bit of construction equipment going on over there that you can possibly think of. That's wild. Huh. Okay. Oh, right behind you. Sorry. Anyways, let's get back to bagging here. Sorry. Got a little distracted there, but man, that was pretty cool. All right, so just gonna make sure this guy is sealed up. Guy or gal. We're not gonna gender my bag here. There we go. And we're gonna be listening for the sizzle. There we go. So the big thing here is we always want to feather the top back up there. Now we have a nice sealed bag. There we go. So that's one done. Just got a few more to go today. It's not going to be a big number. I've got a meeting I got to prepare for. We're going. So what do you got there? I can ask about applying for a specific position, but no. Well, what I would say is you apply for that particular position, make sure that you have either in your when you call them, but on your resume, have on there open for other opportunities. Okay, does that make sense? So yeah, talk about the job you want to get for sure, 100%, but make sure you have on your resume somewhere. Don't bring it up. If they ask, by all means, say, yeah, actually, I'm open to some other stuff, or they'll look at your resume and say, hey, it says here in your resume, because we do read them, that you are actually open for other opportunities. And if they broach that subject, what they're saying is, hey, we liked what we saw in your resume, and we like so far talking with you. Would you be, let's go down that path, right? So they're just doing a test on that. So I hope that's helpful. because that's really the way the conversations go. A lot of times, I'm telling you, somebody who's reviewed, I'm just going to put the numbers, probably around 10,000 applications in my lifetime. There's so many times where I have people who apply for jobs. It's been quite a few where they want one job. I look at their resume, and after talking to them, I'm like, man, you would be so much better if you could come do this work, and I have a different spot, and they aren't open to that other work. So if I've got someone who is open to working where I need help at, then so be it. So on your resume, you don't you don't put the specific job you want. That's part of the deal when you're calling saying, hey, I've got the following thing here. Your HR folks will manage that. Don't worry about that on the email, or again, the phone call, right? And you're going to talk with someone, they're going to give you an email, a way to basically send that in. And you just reference it in the email when you're submitting it to them. Okay, that I talked with Sally, you talked with Ryan, and Ryan, said X, Y, and Z for this work, or for this position, to apply for this, or whatever. But don't reference it on the resume itself. It's in the message. It'll find the right spot. Additionally, say open for other opportunities. Because what's happening here, guys, and again, as we'll keep bagging here in a second, the company has this list of like, here's the stuff I need done. Here's what I'm trying to hire for. Not necessarily the job is sure, but it's also like the work needing to be done. We're looking at this resume, and Matt and the AI, unfortunately, with a lot of ATS are out there, this applicant tracking systems, they're matching up the skill sets, right, and trying to get the right spot. But also on the flip side of that, we're also aware of all the other work we need done. And then we're trying to match up any applications that come in to say, hey, is there a good mix over here? So just make sure you have in your application, hey, I'm open for other work, and just leave it at that. Okay. I know it's tough out there, guys. I know it's tough out there. And we're all suffering through right now with the job market because it's garbage. We don't really have the answers. That's what we're trying to work through. So yes, don't be afraid to call places. Don't be afraid to leave your name. We're all about, humans are humans. So if we can do less work, that's not necessarily a terrible thing either. So real quick, I just got to check something. Okay. All right. Sorry. Just make sure I had a message come through. Just make sure it wasn't from a client. So, all right. So we've got our first 3 bags for whole are done. Now I got 3 more we got to do for ground. Correct. That is right. Absolutely. We're not going to, resume is not going to mention the job. That's not what resumes are for. That's why we have cover letters. It's, when you go into the whole thing, they're annoying as heck. Don't get me wrong, but there's a method to the madness. Why we have cover letters, but with your email for sure, just reference that. I think it'd be great. All right, so we are going to we're going to grind a bit, guys. So that's the next one here. So the same thing here. This is our grinder that we have. You may have seen these before, right? If you've out in your local grocery store, right? You'll see these out in the market. Be like, hey, I've got whole beans. I want to make them into, get them ground here. And we always set ours to auto drip because we don't know what people want. If there's somebody who wants, let's say they have espresso roast is what they're trying to make their stuff for, all right? They typically have their own grinder, right? But we can do it for espresso for you, but we need to make sure you're asking ahead of time. Cover letters are not important until they are. I hate to be that guy. They're something that I always try to just do something, make sure. Think of a cover letter as an attention to detail thing. All right. So if I'm a hiring manager and I'm trying to figure out, okay, for a job, and it's attention to detail. Like I need you to do detailed work to be able to be successful. And I asked you, no, trust me on this. I got you. But it depends what they're using them for. And this is why we use cover letters, like with my clients. We do ask for them on a lot of positions. Is we want there to be, hey, I need you to do the following. I want your resume obviously include, but we also want a cover letter. We may ask for a CV also, but mostly we just want a resume. And with the cover letter, we're looking for it to state certain things in certain ways. And it's in the job ad to submit your cover letter about X, Y, and Z. And what we're looking to see is like, did they hit all the points that we asked them to hit? So that's an attention to detail and ability to deliver on basically an assignment. And for me, if you can't meet the requirements of a cover letter before I'm paying you, that gives me an indicator of like, okay, I can't even get you to do something this piece to try to come work with me. Why am I going to give you actual cash? Yeah, resumes are job specific. They usually have a timeline you all maybe want to give. You don't need your whole work history. CVs are your entire work and education history. It is the entire thing. Resume should just be a relevant and last few years, give or take, not as detailed. CV should be pretty like my CV when I was doing work and when I got out of the military and I was moving into the private sector. My CV was 7 pages long because of all my education and training and work experience and other stuff that I had. It was 7 pages to make sure that I had the full extent. And then my resume, though, page and a half, just for the what would be the pertinent stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that's the difference for anybody who doesn't know. Okay, so now we are getting into grind. We're gonna get in the grind going here. Now this is it's gonna be a little loud here, so for folks just be aware. So again, we are getting into our ground. Again, it's our Crossroads blend. It's the ground coffee. So this, again, this tool that we have, right? This is for bagging. This is for pouring. We're going to take this coffee. Oh, it smells so good, guys. I wish you were here and getting ready to smell better. And it's going to get loud for a second. So earmuffs, I guess. I don't know if it's that loud for y'all, but right now, you guys are just grinding down and getting into here. So the other feet always helped out. All right, coffee likes to stick up in there. Now, we got the grind. All right, got our grind. And we're going to do these actually in real time. So one of the things we got to keep in mind too is that also when we're doing this, all those grounds, they end up around the rim here, right? This isn't a food contact surface per se, but we're gonna make sure that is as cleared off as I can because it will get crunchy when we come over here and do our sealing. Okay, let's make sure it's good. And again, this is, obviously we're ballparking this. Everything's done by hand here. All right, just listening for that. Like I said, what we're going to do is after we're done, see how it's kind of loose there? We're just going to come fan it a little bit. And now we've got ground coffee at State and Maine. Again, if you guys want to learn more about the coffee shop, the link to the coffee shop is actually in the description. Go check it out. We are going to have online sales at some point. Today's not that day. But, you can go down and take a higher education. I think it's good, man. Like I don't, resumes are one of those things that people are just picky about it. Biggest thing on a resume, just make sure you find a format that works for you. Make sure it is, it's clear exactly. You have the sections there, and I cannot overstate this. Quadruple check to make sure your spelling is correct. Just spend the time to make sure that your spelling is correct. I cannot overstate that. I've dropped more resumes in the shredder for misspellings than frankly anything else. There's no reason to have any sort of misspellings in your like in your resume. There's no reason for it. And yet every time we're going through them, we got people literally on Word document in Google. It put that little squiggle means it's misspelled, so don't do that. Yeah. It just happens. All right, so on to our next one. Again, these bags that we're doing, they're 12-ounce bags of coffee. So there's a lot of goodness with this. And what's really nice too is that we have folks that come here for the coffee. My business partner Lisa and I were chatting about that. We had an individual yesterday, 2 days ago, came in. He was in the area for some work, and then Look at that. Doesn't that look great, Lisa? That's what I'm talking about. Came in because he just wanted some coffee and then was like, ooh, let me learn more about the area. And then was like kind of blown away. Getting loud for a second, so earmuffs. So again, we have a lot of grounds that kind of hang out in this. Like it's one of those grounds do not like to come on. There's still gonna be more left. It is what it is. Got the angels share, right? So again, what we're gonna do, it's got the nice ground coffee now, right? You guys can see that? It smells so good. We're just gonna clean off the glue surface here to make sure that we get sealed here. It's gonna seal up great. All right. You sell more pastries?
I have to bake more.
These are good problems to have. All right. Okay, so make sure they look clean. At least so over here, we're burning through pastries today. Give space. Gotta make sure Lisa can work. She'll get angry with me otherwise. All right. So one of the things I would recommend too, like, so for instance, if you guys out there in your coffee world that you have, there's a lot of places that you're going to go into these coffee shops, right? And they're not going to have what would be a locally roasted, like artisanal blend like we have. What I would say is don't worry about that. I don't want you worrying about that. It's one of the concerns that I've had with people when they're talking about the benefit and the value of a coffee shop. What you want to have is, is the coffee blended well? Does it taste good and does it hold up with dairy? Those are the things you want to have. So what I mean by is it roasted well? You can just tell when you're having something. You ever have coffee where it's sour, right? That means they're doing something wrong. That means they're doing something wrong with the blend. It isn't designed for espresso roast, right there. So if it's sour, you don't want to have that beast. There are also maybe problems with the espresso machine. But when it comes to the coffee itself, you really want to make sure that you find a place that has a blend that works well for you. There's a lot of places like Starbucks as an example. They use a lot of what would be fruit notes in there. And it has to do with the way that the coffee beans are fermented and processed. They still have the fruit around, like the berry is still on the bean, like on the pit. So it causes these extra esters and stuff, and the flavor's just bit, right? For me, at least, I don't like it. A lot of people do. Hey, you do you. Other places, the roast isn't there, and it's more of what would be considered the standard, like Sanka, Maxwell House, those type of thing. That's another version where they do not have the roast with the fruit in there. So just find your spot. The biggest thing though is how well does it do with dairy, and that's on you personally. When you add your different types of dairy, which by dairy I mean I include almond, your oat milk, etc., coconut milk, whatever. That's under the same umbrella. Is it balanced for you? That's what you want to get after. Okay, we got here. Resume review to catch. Sometimes after rewriting something for very long periods of times, the brain chemist. Yeah. So what I would tell you, and this is again best known practice here, just like what we do. Take your resume, stick it in ChatGPT, and say, give me this is the job ad I'm looking for. This is the resume I'm putting in. Give me some recommendations to update this thing and make a better match. Ask me some questions, you put that. I have my AI is designed, anytime I give it anything, it knows to ask me questions back for clarification. So just put it into your chat GPT and say, hey man, I need help. Or hey gal, depending on, I don't know the gender of your particular AI. We don't want to upset anyone. So, but yeah, ask that too and just see if it matches up well. There's nothing wrong with that. Because here's the deal, and this is the thing, guys. Everyone out there watching, when you're doing your resumes, the resume is going to be read by an AI. So why not ask an AI if it makes sense, right? I think that's the logic behind it. So, all right, under our last one here, guys. So we're going to get this one sealed up and placed away. We're going to getting to the grind for this last bit. But no, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this a little bit. It's always fun when it's coffee time. We get a chance to kind of chat a little bit. So we got 12 ounces of the good stuff, right? Man, I really wish you guys could be here to have this. So it's so good. So yeah, sorry about that noise. But yeah, make sure you guys go check out, like I say, in the description, you can go see the coffee shop. I use Quad. Yeah. Yeah, Claude is my my large language model of choice for sure. All right, so there, coffee has just been ground. Look at that stuff. Yum, yum, yum. So good. Again, we're gonna clear off the area that's got glue for it. We're gonna seal this up. We got people coming in. They're working around all of the construction. We love that for them. There we go, guys. So we did, let's bring them all out here for show. Just kind of show you the work of that. Ended up being terrible. Look at that. Oh man, the last one got me. Messed that one up. That's okay though. End of the day, it's coffee. So here's everything we did today. We didn't do a bunch, you know, we had to get these done. There we go. There's the coffees we did today, nice and easy. So with that, I got to take off. I got to get ready for a meeting. Thanks for everybody hanging out here. Gatto, man, end of the day, what I would just tell you is continue, you know, take the advice from your resume, but at the end of the day, you do what feels right for you and makes sense, okay? Like you want to use your large language models for advice on maybe some phrasing, but more so just on your formatting. Rather than, yep, no worries. So what I really want you to do is just, you're using it to check stuff up here. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. So with that, folks, what I'd like you to do is, if you want to learn more about the coffee shop, look at the coffee stuff here. There is a link. Oh, thank you. Down in the description, there's a link to the coffee shop, statemaine.coffee. Go check out. You just kind of see where we're at, what it's about here. We're in a rural town that we're trying to help rebuild, and we've got a very nice. We're all about aesthetics and a great coffee here, just positive vibes. So be sure to check that out. The other piece here, if you want to, when it comes to coffee as a whole, just spend some time getting to know it a little bit. Coffee prices have been going up, and they're not going to go down. We all know that. So when you are getting your coffee and you're investing time and energy into coffee, you want to find a place that, one, matches. They got coffee that you enjoy, but two, the vibe matches up with you. Like, it's important. So find a place that feels good third space for you, and enjoy it. Lastly, again, I appreciate everybody who hung out here for a little bit. Got a chance to just kind of see behind the scenes what's going on here when your local coffee shop, when they're making coffee for you. This is what it takes for small businesses in most of America. It is people who are behind the scenes just doing work, doing the thing. So as you can see here, we got folks here. Lisa's over here doing her stuff. We've got, work is, you can kind of see her head just poking up over the top right about there where she's at. So a lot of good stuff here, folks. So with that, take care. We'll see you guys next time.